going to be a general reading for, let's see, where are we going to start with? Let's start with Leo. This is a general reading, so we're not asking in any specific direction. We're just going to receive whatever comes through. And this is a general reading, so this will not resonate with everyone who's tuning in. Take what you need and leave the rest. If it's not your story, that's okay. I have like 1,000 things I need to do right now today, but somehow the cards are just like sweetly romancing me to the table. So here we are. What's going on with my Leos? Any guidance, advice my Leos need to hear today? Tarot readings are timeless, so whenever you find this message is when you're supposed to find it. Leo, what's going on with my Leos? Okay. What's going on with Leo right now? Hanged Man. Are you maybe sort of like trying to get perspective about something? Let's see. Hanged Man is generally kind of somewhat immobilized, not stuck, but introspecting, getting a new perspective about something. Oh, what are you worried about, Leo? What are you worrying about? Let's see what else. Oh wow, I can see why you're introspecting. What is this about? What is this stack energy about? Okay, what's this about? What are you leaving behind? Leaving behind. I'm gonna talk about all this in a moment. I just want to get some more clarity. Okay. So yeah, it looks like you are, what are you putting work into? I want some more clarity for like a fuller idea of what's going on here. It's like you're introspecting, but oh okay. Yeah, so this is sort of, Hanged Man is like, in traditional decks, is like hung up by one foot, pretty immobile, but this bright, sort of, what do you want to call it, burst of light around the head is about ideas, about perspective. So Hanged Man is very much about getting a new perspective. This is sort of like taking a time out to get perspective on something that you're trying to figure out. What you're introspecting on is about an idea, something that you're trying to, like, in a very grounded way, work on, put some work into. You're thinking about whether you want to put some work into something about, like, and this is about sort of manifesting something, bringing something to life. This Magician is here to say that you have all the tools that you need. So if you're thinking about something you want to like take on or move into, Magician is here to say that you definitely have everything you need. You have all the elements. You've got like, how to say this, when it comes to all the elements, you've got the tools that you need. You've got the tools that you need. You've got all the balance. You have everything you need, like right there at your disposal to do this, whatever it is. So whatever it is that you are moving towards, I don't know if this is about finance. Could be with Pentacles, but either way, you know your story. I don't know your story. Everybody's going to be sort of dealing with different situations, but this is like you deciding to do it, deciding to put the work into it, but this is slow movement. Like, this guy is on foot. He's not on his horse. He's not in a vehicle. He's on foot. So this is about moving slowly, but also having the vision of exactly where you're going. It's almost like the horse was moving too slow, and so he decided to just get off and walk, because there may be a desire here to have a little bit more momentum on whatever it is that you're trying to move towards. Interesting. I feel like you're the reason that you're in Hanged Man is because you're a little bit stuck. This is like Five of Swords is like being in your head, mulling it over, like thinking, like so much in your head, and then having moments where you alternate and you feel that sort of like freed up space where you feel a little bit liberated. And this guy is very much like alternating between the two energies of being stuck in the head, not being able to hear the message that this little bird is here to bring, and then alternating into a space of like wings open, in flight, light shining down. So this is very much about like flip-flopping out of in and out of like it's almost like head and heart in a way. And it's interesting because it's clarified by Temperance, which is about getting balance between the head and the heart. So where you're alternating between these two energies, it's like you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna get clarity with King of Swords here. This is like you being in your head though about like making a decision to kind of pack your bags and move in a direction. But again, there's not fast momentum here. There's something about things moving slowly, because this boat is being pulled by birds tied to a string. So you can imagine that would be pretty slow moving. I think you're tired. You know, from this journey, like whatever this has been like for you to like try to figure out whatever this thing that you're like thinking about, this vision that you have that you're trying to kind of get clarity on. I think that you're tired. It's been a journey for you to try to make a decision to move towards whatever you're moving towards. This Six of Swords, though, one thing about the Six of Swords is sort of moving out of this tired energy and moving towards calmer waters. Six of Swords is always about moving to calmer waters. In a traditional deck, this boat has a couple of people in it, so there is an energy here of like pairing up, moving forward, sort of like taking what you need with you. She's just got a little suitcase, deciding to take this journey, but knowing that like even though it's kind of like tough, it's sort of tough, it's been tiresome, but it's like knowing that you need to take this step and move in this other direction so that you can experience the calmer waters. And that's being clarified by the Sun. So whatever it is that you're journeying towards, even though you might be a little bit tired, you're moving straight towards success. You're moving straight towards warmth. You're moving straight towards a space. It's like you know that what's ahead of you is calmer waters. You know that this is a good place for you. You may be leaving some things behind, maybe like some old ways of doing things, some things that you're just sort of turning your back on, maybe some idea of the way things are, the way things have been for a while. It's possible that you're just, deciding that like, okay, I'm gonna leave this way behind and I'm gonna move to this new way. And you can see in front of you that there's like a brighter path ahead, right? And then where this guy is in his head, this is moving into an energy of finding balance. This is coming out of the head and balancing that with the heart, but doing it in a very emotionally balanced way, having clarity. It's nice that these two cards are clarifying this Five of Swords and this Two of Swords. There's been like a stuck energy. There's been a stuck energy, a lack of ability to decide on something, on a path, especially with Hanged Man and Two of Swords. Two of Swords is sort of sitting at a stalemate, unable to make a decision, probably due to being too in your head, like overthinking something too much. And then Temperance just comes in and boom, balances everything out, puts everything kind of into alignment, where you get clarity and you can make a decision and move forward in a clear way, sort of knowing the direction that you're going. And King of Swords definitely has clarity. He's not a big talker. He doesn't talk a lot. This is like a private energy. This is like whatever you're doing, whatever direction that you're deciding to go in, you're being sort of like, this is sort of that move quietly, like take big moves, make big moves, but move quietly. I love this energy. I think everybody should sort of get down in life in that energy. Like do what you're doing and don't be too flashy about it. Like protect your energy, basically. This King of Swords is also an observer, so I don't know if this is to do with another person, but you may be observing another person to sort of see how they move. This owl is here, and this is an energy of watching. Like if you think of the way that owls behave, owls are, you almost would never know that an owl is there unless it decides to take flight and show itself to you. But you would never know that it's there. It's just there, and it's just quietly observing. And so in this deck, the King of Swords is definitely kind of observing something and seeing how it moves so that he can respond accordingly, but he will respond in not a highly emotional way. He's very, what's the word? Sort of emotionally integrated, if you will. Like he's balanced. He has gone through the journey and found the balance of like sort of detachment, the art of detachment. So I like this King of Swords. Like he's just very balanced about what he's doing. So this is you coming from imbalance, stuck, into total balance. Like these two cards are just speaking all about like sort of that place of sitting calmly and knowing, just knowing, being in your knowing about what you're doing, what way you're moving, and how you're going to go about it, and in a very non-emotional energy. This King of Swords is also about integrity, loyalty. So you may be kind of moving in that type of energy, which is really nice. Let's see what's coming up around the bend for you. Let's see what's coming up around the bend for my Leo people. This is the Light Seer deck, by the way. It's a beautiful deck. I typically use it for love readings, but I was like messing around, like reading some stuff for myself, and I don't know, this deck was just like, let's play. Let's do some readings. So here we are. It has like the most beautiful imagery. It's coming up around the bend for Leos in the near future energy. Any messages that Leo needs to hear today? Just gonna shuffle one more time and then we'll jump in. Okay, Leo, what's coming up around the bend for Leo? You might be in a bit of a self-protective mode in the upcoming energy. Why is Four of Cups, Two of Swords here? What's this energy coming up? Ay, ay, ay. Why is Two of Swords, Four of Cups here? You might still, in the upcoming, near future, kind of still be alternating with a little bit of stuck energy. Okay, I can see what this is about. So we're just gonna get some more cards. Are you a person who really needs to introspect about things a lot? Possibly you might tell me that like this is sort of your mode of like figuring things out. Oh, this is nice. This is in reverse. Okay. Just want to get a little bit more clarity around Two of Swords, Four of Cups. I can see what's going on here, but like, where is it going? It's like you have, okay, it's like you have some internal conflict going on. Like Four of Cups is about being sort of in a self-protective mode. It's like something maybe like sort of feeling like it's just coming through your life like in a fast way. And this is like you kind of like trying to slow it down and like, I'm not sure if I want to let this in. Like you're trying to find balance here with something. Remember what you love about your life, about the situation. This is sort of a call to make sure that you put some focus on like the positives in the situation. Like she's touching this big bowl, right? So it's like she's over here touching this bowl, but she's also sort of focused on what's missing in these other ones. So when this card comes out, it's almost like a call to remember to like be focusing on the positive. This is almost like, to me, like a call to gratitude, like to sort of shift the focus from what's missing to what you want it to look like. That's going to bring in the balance for you if you can kind of shift the narrative. Get out of like fear about these empty cups, and turn and sort of like tune into this one big cup, because there's just like a lot of goodness over in this cup, but she's sort of like focused off on these empty ones and not really. It's like she's got a willingness to open up to this cup. Cups are about love. She's got a willingness to open up to this cup, right? But for right now, she's just kind of like looking in the direction, like while she's touching it, and there's a little willingness there. It's like she's still just facing and focused on being bummed out about these sort of empty cups. This might be about a need to like further let go of something from the past, something that's been lost, or the almost like the fear of like what's in this big cup over here will turn out like these other experiences to do with love. And so it's maybe causing you to be a little bit stuck, a little bit in self-protective mode. Justice is here though to say that you will make a decision. You will make a decision to pull out of this energy. You will make a decision to turn and see this cup. There's a lot of abundance in this cup. It just looks like, first let's talk about a couple of things. I have this clarifier in my hand. There's still like in the upcoming energy, like there's a bit of stuck energy, but it's due to internal conflict. There's something self-sabotaging going on for you, Leo. It's almost like you're fighting with ideas within yourself for no reason. If that makes sense. This is almost always a card of like conflict for no reason. And then these two cards are clarified by strength. So strength is about conquering your fears. This is where you get to move out of like the fear of these sort of empty cups repeating and like sort of being stuck in your head. This is where you get to move to the line. So strength, it's about in traditional decks, this is like a woman touching the head of a lion, like touching its throat, and almost like nurturing a lion. So this is almost like being able to move out of stuckness and sort of face your fears and like walk right through them. This is an ability to have courage. So that's really beautiful. And there's like an indication to set yourself free a little bit. Allow yourself to feel some passion. With Queen of Wands here, if this is if it is about a love situation going on for you, I think there's like a lot of passion, like a heavy attraction happening there. But if it's not, it's just, this is, and even if it is, this is here to say, like in the space of that internal conflict and stuckness, face your fears and just like fear is like a wolf with no teeth. It has no purpose. It literally has no purpose. It holds us back. It causes us to like magnetize in the outcomes that we fear, right? Like when we're focusing on what we're afraid of, then we're focusing on the negative outcome, like the negative possibilities. And what happens when you're focused on the possibility of negative outcomes is that you almost like magnetize that energy to you. So whatever you're focusing on is what's flowing out is what's flowing in, if that makes sense. So make sure that when you're having those negative thoughts, when you're having that like future tripping and in your head and stuck, whatever's keeping you stuck is probably fear of negative outcomes, right? So when you see those thoughts coming up, it's super important to take a moment and create a new thought, create a new narrative about like future orient and figure out like what it is that you want it to look like, what you want it to feel like. What do you want the future to feel like? Not just like what you want it to look like, oh, like the big fancy house and the car and like, you know, the sort of physical aspects of it. Like that's not where the focus is. The focus should be on what do you want it to feel like? Whether this is about abundance, finance, love, you know, if it's about love, what allow yourself to sink in and feel like, what does it feel like to be loved properly, and allow yourself to sit in that energy. Or if this is about abundance, finance, like allow yourself to feel what it feels like to have enough. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like internally to you? And allow yourself to like sort of have a moment of immersion in that feeling. So that's kind of how you change the narrative. Like allow yourself to step into the feeling plane when envisioning what you want things to look like and what you want things to feel like. And that magnetizes in the positive outcome. It sort of opens a door. It loosens everything up. It loosens the flow and allows those positive outcomes to kind of flow back towards you. So this is about letting go of any self-sabotaging internal stuck conflict due to fear. This is about releasing fear. And sort of embracing the passionate side of it. She's just kind of like, she's just chilling, she's flowing. You may be in a space too of like wearing a bit of a false mask where you kind of show up in like, sorry about the noise, like I have the fan on. It's really warm in my room right now, and the fan is like clacking, so sorry about the background noise. So yeah, sometimes Queen of Wands is showing up in a like everything's good, everything's cool, like she's sort of masking these underneath feelings. So I would say also like allow yourself to step up and show out in authenticity. It's okay to show up however you are. It's like we're so like culturally trained to be like everything is fine, everything is good, you know. It's such like a thing about our culture and how we behave. Like we just show up in like, I'm fine, I'm good, everything's good, show up with a smile. But you know, you also can feel free to just show up in your authentic energy. If it's a tough day, it's a tough day. You don't have to show up and wear a mask. You can just, you know, be in your authenticity. I'm not saying about like pouring the heaviness out into the world. That's not it either. But just maybe this is here to say, just get grounded in authenticity within. Like take a look at what's actually going on. Take a deeper dive. What are my fears? In what ways am I self-sabotaging? You know, this is about getting real. And then what else is coming up is, why is Hermit here? There's like a lot of introspecting. I just feel like you are so in your head. You're so in your head. You're so in your head. Yeah, in your head, but about like there's something in the near future is coming up for you, which is going to be like a new beginning, a clean slate. And you may be able to approach this from that introspection period, right? This Ace of Pentacles has like a lot of growth on it. It's got like roots. This is like this is going to be like a secure, stable new beginning for you. I don't know in what arena of your life this is going to be happening, but this is sort of like where you step through those fears and crack the door open, and just this is there's a new beginning in front of you, but it's a new beginning that I feel like you you can trust, because there's like, look at all these roots. I don't know if you can see this card, but there's like roots growing from this pentacle, and this to me just speaks of stability. Pentacles speak of abundance in terms of like, it could be anything. It could be love, it could be, you know, just anything, security, finance. So you have like a sort of like making that decision to step into this new beginning, but trusting it all the way. Trusting it, but also cradling it, nurturing it. Like, look at the way these hands are cradling this pentacle. There's like a lot of care in this new beginning, a lot of like care going into this new beginning. Through introspection, this is also, you have the World card here, so this is speaking about closing old chapters, closing out old chapters, and beginning a new chapter. But this is a new chapter that's totally balanced. It's got all the elements that it needs to be a success. The World card is the end of the tarot, so this is about where all the steps have been taken to kind of arrive at this place where you can begin. There's something here about a beginning, but it's a beginning that can be trusted. It's the World card. If you think about it, the world, what is the world? It just encompasses every single thing, every element. It's like having the world in your hands and being able to create from that new space, having sort of like close the door on old ways of being, old patterns, old holding on patterns, old fear patterns. This is just about like opening up, loosening up, and just like, yeah, stepping into a new chapter. And this winds out in a really beautiful place, because Five of Cups came out in reverse. And usually Five of Cups is sort of almost similar to Four of Cups, but this is more of a space of like letting the losses go and being at peace with letting go of what's been lost, right? But when you have it in reverse, this is sort of like coming to a close, a completion. This is especially coming on the tail end of Ace of Pentacles and the World card. This is an energy of like, all right, I've grieved the losses, I've let the losses go, and I have like let it all flow out into the whole and have released it all, and now it's time to move out of that and into the next chapter, the clean slate, the new path. Just want to get one clarifier for this Five of Cups reversed. Clarity for Five of Cups reversed. Just have some clarity here for Five of Cups reversed. Okay. Oh, nice. You want to know what's funny? I really usually only read uprights in this deck, and like I organize this deck to only show me cards in upright, because there's already like so much going on in the cards just in upright. But if a card comes out in reverse, I'll take it in reverse, because if it's coming out in reverse in this deck, then it wants to be read in reverse. So where you were or are like presently in a space of like in that alternating lack of balance, being in your head too much, this is where you move out of that. And where do you move? You move straight into emotional balance. King of Cups is like very emotionally balanced. He is capable of loving. He has a giant capacity to love, but he's not like spilling out of the cracks in any kind of messy way. So this might be a love situation going on for you. I'm not sure. You know your story again. But this guy is like, he's got his feet in the water, right? And the water is all about emotion and flow. So it's like he's willing to put his feet in the water. He is unafraid to touch the love. He is unafraid to be the love. But he is balanced about it. This is someone who kind of has gotten mastery over intense emotions. So this is like you moving out of a space of being sort of like swept away in those deep emotions, and maybe a little feeling of like in your head so much that you just almost feel like a sense of being out of control. And this is where you move into a space of finding that balance, emotional balance. But this is beautiful, because this is not sort of like closing out that intensity and having like a lack of feeling. This is like an internal ability to feel the depths of the water, the flow, the emotion, the love, but again, in just a very balanced way. And where this girl is touching the cup, but she almost can't bear to look at it, this king is like touching the cup, but he's focused right on it. So he's in touch with the love. He's in tune with the love. He is in alignment with the love. So I love this as an ending to this sort of like interesting is, there's just an energy I feel like going on for you, almost like a bit of duality, where you are, there's like this desire here to be in this way, but then this fear is sort of sticking and holding you back, and this internal conflict, and maybe even a little bit of self-sabotage, and then moving into a place where you just close the door on all that funkiness and just get your head in the game in a really balanced way and just step into that next new chapter. So this is really sweet. All right, Leo, that's your reading. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if it didn't, you can always hop over and check out your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more resonance there, or, you know, there will be another reading on another day that may, you know, ping in for you. All right, take care, guys. Thank you so much for showing up and supporting the channel and receiving this reading today. All right, stay blessed.